Hello and welcome to another episode of TPK, the show so named so that if I do accidentally kill all of my players, I can just call it branding. Yes, welcome to The Players Keep. And speaking of those players, let me introduce you to them now. Right on my left, I have Dewi Gray and Pete Austin. And left on my right, I have Ben Fenner and Kendall Boardman.
Kendall!
There it is.
I am for now the one and only Jack Fletcher, but as we know that can change at any time.
When?
When,
Jack?
that secret spoilers, I'm not going to tell you.
Next week.
Next week. Ben is going to put in the chat if there are any announcements. Sorry, Ben, I've jumped
true.
this on you again,
Yeah.
but here we are. And as per usual, thank you so much to our Patreon supporters and our Discord members. If you are a member of our Patreon, you get special access to certain areas of our Discord. If you want special access to areas of that Discord, go and get a Patreon membership.
Patron.
Patron. Now, before we dive right in, at the end of the last episode, the Dawn Takers leveled up. Yay! So we're going to do that right now.
Holy friggin' moly.
Left to right, Dewi to Kendall.
Dewi.
That's amazing. That's you.
That's me.
What are you taking a level in, my darling?
I'm going to take a level in Barbarian.
Oh, right to the very
All the way
end.
down the river there.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll my big D12.
Go on.
Chunky boy. Come
on!
That's a 10!
Yes! Very nice.
boy!
Plus con.
Hang on.
on a D10? Oh my gosh.
So much
that on a
HP.
D10?
Is it on a D10?
D12.
D12.
For barbarians.
Okay, so it's not max.
Yeah, I
down
did
on the
think that as well.
celebration a
I was
little bit.
expecting a 12.
I'm looking at his hit points right here. He doesn't need max.
He doesn't
He's doing
need
absolutely
max.
fine.
Okay. I'm confused now. I've confused myself. Hang
No
on.
worries. We will come back to you in just
Come
a
back
moment.
to me.
It's all right, mate.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What are you taking a level in?
Rouge.
Rouge. Wonderful. Roll those hit
Inquisitive
dice.
Rouge. Come on. Just don't be a 1. Actually, a 1's fine, because the 1's a reroll.
Don't be a 2.
Don't be a 2. It's a 1.
Reroll.
That's okay, because that's a
Reroll.
reroll. Do better. That's a 6.
Lovely
Hey.
stuff.
Yes,
Six.
that's
Lovely
max.
stuff.
Right?
Uh,
Oh, no, it's a D8. Sorry. Never mind.
That's all right, mate.
Thanks for
I'm confused,
trying to
Trying to keep you honest.
Yeah.
mate.
Wonderful stuff. And you've got your amulet of health, so you've got 2 different cons to add. Hello, Willow.
Hi.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
Hey, girl. What are you taking a level in?
Bard.
Yes. Fantastic stuff. Roll those hit dice.
Druid.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm on 99 hit points, which means triple digits with a 5.
Triple digits.
I finally hit triple
Trippy
digits. Trippy digits for 104 hit points.
Yeah.
104.
Yeah,
Lovely
Ben.
stuff.
That's nice, man.
It's nice with
Beautiful.
no amulet of health.
Those are some good trippy digits.
That was such an evil laugh, Jack.
It's always illegal.
Take
Dear
2.
me.
Oh wait,
Moving.
I rolled a d6.
Real
Well, that was
again.
silly.
7.
4.
Well,
Goodness me.
Can't
So
have everything.
close.
What can we do, eh?
Kendall.
Hello, Poppy.
Hello, Poppet. What are you taking
Clerk.
a level in? Clerk.
Clerk.
leveling clerk.
Take leveling
You're going to do our
clerk.
taxes for us.
I have proficiency in
Clerk. Was it
accounting.
D8?
Yes.
I think so.
It is.
Whee! 1. No.
Reroll.
Yes. 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Love that. Beautiful
Great guy,
stuff.
Haverin, helping you out there. Great guy, Haverin.
Great
And
guy.
I am
Loving
taking
Haverin.
a level in
Absolutely loving
BBG, so
Haverin.
I am rolling 4d20s.
No!
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, with that being said, yes?
Yes.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? Happy?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Let us not keep the players waiting.
More.
No.
Let us not keep you waiting.
No.
It is time to enter the players' keep. In the last chapter of our story, the Dawn Takers made it back to Alcira after successfully traveling to Black Valley. Laden with the dragon parts the RBARA needed, they headed over and handed in their contract, being paid the remainder of the coin owed to them. They used some of this coin to buy additional magic items, and with their contract so fulfilled, they went off into the city, did various amounts of shopping, before heading back to their old haunt at the King's Watch Tavern. They spent a night sequestered in their rooms, avoiding the eyes of the public for various reasons. Though they did elect to form the first stages of a Dawn Takers band, playing the various instruments purchased by Cricket.
The ground.
For 250 gold.
A bargain.
They're the best damn symbols I've ever seen. It's better than a holy symbol. It's a loud symbol.
Very good.
Yeah.
He missed my
Can I
joke,
sit next
but
to
I'm
someone
gonna
else?
let it.
I
Say it, Ben,
did
say it,
not.
say
I
it.
caught it.
Yeah, I know.
But I knew I needed to give Pete
The attention.
the attention
Yeah,
first.
that's
You're way more secure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Because like, I need to rewrite my character. Ben, tell me the joke.
That's right.
Text it to me.
Let's tell a story.
Cricket, the gong was his joke.
I wasn't going to tell him.
Sorry.
That was good, but he is a grung, not a grung.
I said grung. He did it wrong as well.
Be grateful,
Sorry,
I told you.
sorry.
I'm not even at the end of the catch-up. Anyway, into the night they played. And soon they fell asleep, awaking once again in the safety of the city. As they came to, they heard commotion outside. And looking out the window, saw a throng of people travelling into the Westmarket district for some form of royal assembly. I'm ignoring them completely.
Yeah.
Feeling it pertinent to see what this was about, the Dawn Takers left the tavern and followed the crowd to attend the royal assembly. And that is where we now pick up. Dawn Takers.
Yes.
As you follow the crowd out of the King's Watch Tavern, you move...
What an aptly named pub. We're leaving the King's Watch to go and watch the King.
Exactly. You follow the crowd as they meander through the streets into the centre of the Westmarket district. This is an area that you're not unfamiliar with. As you have travelled through the city before to various points. As you go, now and again, you spot Iron Guard standing on the corner of streets. There are various people gathered around them. These Iron Guard in particular are holding large golden metallic staffs with a like bluish orb on the top, and they're just standing there. You continue to walk, and I do believe... no, I don't think you got that piece of information when you asked. You only knew it was a royal assembly. You continue to walk, and eventually you see some of the buildings open out into the market square. And in the market square, you see a plethora of people. A sea of heads stretching.
Siggy sees a sea of butts, I think.
Just looking at butts.
What do you see up there?
Nothing. I can't see anything. Quick,
You're
get on my
looking at
shoulders.
I'm looking at ankles.
Knees.
I'll pick up Cricket and put him on my shoulders. What can you see?
Yeah.
I can see a sea of heads.
You can make a perception check if you'd like.
I shall.
You are rolling. You are moving no more than half your speed.
Just while we were moving,
Yes.
you said there was the weird, like, blue orb-looking things.
Yes.
You can ask.
No, go on.
Go on, you ask while I roll.
Okay. Can I? We seen that, right? Can I just kind of collar someone on the street and be
Yeah.
like, "Excuse me, sir or madam, what's the deal with those?" And I'll gesture towards the staffs.
To the staffs. You collar a young gentleman with like blonde scruff and what looks to be like some form of like food stuffs splattered over him. He's like a chef or a baker or of some description, and he's obviously had this 2 hours off work. Those are for they're so people who can't make it into the market square can still see what's going on with the assembly.
Oh wow, they're like transmitters of sorts.
Yeah, I guess. But it just means that not all of us need to, because you can't fit a city full of people inside one of those, the market square. It's just not big enough. So some people just tend to stay out of the crowds and watch what's going on. And so they're gathered around those iron guard over there.
Wow. Well, I'll be. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Have a blessed day. Bye.
And you. And you continue heading to what you would now know would be the market square. Cricket, what did you roll on that perception check?
19.
19. You can see that to accommodate this mass of people, the entire market square has been cleared. And in its place, in the center, you can see a massive stage has been constructed, draped in cloth bearing the royal colours and the sigil of the monarch's ring. Surrounding this staging area are a line of Arbara stone sentries, each one of them facing out to the crowd. In front of the sentries, a line of iron guard, shoulder to shoulder, again, facing the crowd. The stage itself is set beneath one of the walls of the second tier of the city, the tier that you recognize holds aloft the balcony district, one of the richer areas that you've been to quite a number of times. And a little ways away behind the stage, up on this balcony, as it were, you see a pair of individuals. On the right, a human man, round-faced, with a short, thick, dark brown goatee, a head of hair to match, dressed in pale blue that is gilded in every possible place with some form of gold. And about his head sits a circlet of gold. And on the left, a woman of warm tan skin, bright blonde hair in an elaborate plaited updo, wearing a shimmering gown of golden fabric, also wearing a circlet of gold. Both of them are sat in gaudy, high-backed golden chairs. You get the feeling you are looking at the king and queen of Belladrin. They are surrounded by their own entourage of stone sentries and iron guard. Surrounding them, only two facing them, the rest facing away, and that is up and above from where you are.
Did they have like a royal insignia of like special guard, or do they just look like iron guard and stone golems?
You can't quite see from this distance. It looks like Iron Inquisitors, Iron Brands, the regular stone sentries, the regular capes, but you can't quite see if there's any difference in the insignia. Upon the stage, you can see there are a handful of Iron Brands and Iron Inquisitors. And that is all you can see for the moment as the crowds keep piling in. As you stand, Sigismund, you are suddenly very aware that there is someone standing beside you. Now, you are in a crowd of people, and there is, as I've said, a sea of heads all around you. But the person that is now to your left, you are intensely aware that they are standing deliberately next to you.
Would you like me to not be on Siggy's shoulders for this interaction?
You were on Siggy's shoulders when you were making the perception check. Sigismund, noticing this, can put you down if he wishes.
It's totally on you, man. Totally on you.
I think. So I've noticed that someone is standing next. They're very obviously
a little too close to just be near you in the crowd, and you've been brushing shoulders with people as you've walked, but they are right there.
Okay, I'll leave Cricket where he is. I think. Because I think Siggy can't see over the crowd, so I think I need Cricket to be my eyes
for sure.
So I'll leave him there. I think he doesn't say anything for a sec. For like a beat, and it's just going to kind of.
If you don't say anything, the figure is going to speak instead. Okay. Hello, Sigismund. Attending the assembly, I see. So exciting.
I'm sorry, I don't know any Sigismund. My name's Boulder.
Boulder it is. Are you just facing front?
I've got my eyes fixed on the king, I think.
Okay.
Because they're right up above, so I can see them. I just can't see.
Yeah, you can see the king and queen no matter where you stand in this crowd.
Lovely day for it. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. I thought I'd join you. See what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, sure. You have any idea what this address is for?
Me? No. Not a clue. I was hoping you could shed some light on that for me.
Nope, we just got back into town not too long ago, and we're as surprised as you are about this, but figured we'd come and see what the king has to say.
Fair enough. Well, let's see what he's got to say. We'll chat in a little while.
I think at that, they stood directly to the side of me.
Basically there. You can literally just crane your head.
I'll just, at that, tear my eyes away from the king, turn and look at them. Who are they?
You look and you see a human man. Fairly short for a human. Maybe 5'5". Long, dark, shaggy red hair, pale skin. They catch you. They catch you, glance at them, and they glance down at you, and a golden flash goes over their eyes.
Okay. Yep. Because when Willow was attacked, I never actually saw them.
Nope.
So this is the first time that Siggy's been in contact with them since. And there's going to be a flash from his tattoos of fury as he registers who this is, because I think for a second he thought it might have been someone from the Crucible.
Yeah.
And then he realizes and he whips back to the king.
At the flash, Take it easy there, Golden Tongue. You don't want to be making a scene.
You don't deserve to call me that.
All right then, Balder. But my point still stands. Lots of Ironguard about. You don't want to be drawing attention to yourself.
I know. Hence why I ain't got no hair no more.
It's a good look for you. Tricky to spot.
Some of us pull it off better than others.
As Cricket is conversing beneath you. No, sorry.
As Siggy's conversing beneath me.
Cricket.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I'm in. Yes, and who are we chatting to? Siggy's on my shoulders, right?
Yeah, absolutely right.
I am crushing
As you talk to the map, as Sigismund is conversing beneath you, Cricket, you, looking out across the crowd, see a soldier walks onto the stage. This soldier immediately looks different. You don't immediately recognize what rank she is via the way she is dressed. And then it hits you. The individual, clad in gleaming silver plate armor, with a long, flowing cape of shimmering gold, must be the Iron Commander.
Oh, Jesus.
They're both here.
She has short, cropped, dark blonde hair that is graying on many different strands, light tan skin, dark grey eyes. And she faces out to one side of the stage, her back to the line of Iron Guard behind her, the Iron Brands and Iron Inquisitors that are on the stage behind her. She looks out towards the crowd, basically standing, facing the same way as the King and Queen above her. The entire square goes silent.
Do we all...
You will all see
and do
this
we all
at this
piece
point.
that
sorry.
together? Or is that just Cricket?
No, you will all piece this together. Go on.
We'll grab Tony's arm and put her directly behind me so
Cool.
I can block her
Yeah,
face
perfect.
and like rouge my hair up so
Yeah.
that it's bigger and just stand in the way.
Easily done. Easily done. Thank you.
Guys, it's starting. Guys, it's Siggy. Step to the left. There's a fur bulk in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
I bump into the elf.
And the market square goes quiet. People of Alcira. And you can hear her voice carries across the square. You have been summoned to this assembly for a matter of great importance. Under the eyes of our great rulers, here today, we celebrate. You hear murmurs of intrigue ripple through the crowd. We celebrate great triumph for this country. We celebrate the efforts of the heroic people that protect our cities and the lengths that they will go to ensure your safety. And she gestures out to the people in the crowd in front of her. She then turns and looks at the balcony district behind her, up towards the king and queen. The king nods slowly. The Iron Commander turns back around. Could you all please raise your voices as I ask Iron Inquisitor Carson Grenshire to step forwards? Oh, God. The crowd shout and cheer as asked, though they seem to show...
So sorry. Can I insight check that last statement?
Insight check.
Yeah.
Thank you very
and,
much.
Yeah.
Right, if it's a 1, we get reliable talent. It's a 1. Okay, sweet. So 1 die. That's fine. That's a 15. Plus 12 now. Come on, level 13. 27.
What are you
I'm
inside checking?
trying to work out. I was expecting them not to say Carson's name. I was expecting maybe someone else's name who is less than favourable within the eyes of the Iron Guard. When they say Carson's name, do they say it with an air of respect and reverence, the way they would if they were introducing an Iron Brand to the masses, or do they say it with a hint of contempt, knowing that maybe they're less than favourable?
Everything about the way the Iron Commander speaks is filled with responsibility. Someone conducting themselves in a way that they know the import of the words that they speak. And they introduce Carson with respect and not reverence, but, they... with respect, basically, as they bring them up.
That's grand. Yeah, I thought
And
he
to
was...
anyone else, Cricket, that would be all they hear. But there is a tone about the commander's voice that betrays there is something else underlying in her intent.
Okay. Are you guys standing close?
Well,
I'm standing
I would
right
say you would
behind
all be
Willow.
close by unless you want to be...
Yeah, we're close, but the reason why I didn't insight check is because as soon as the name is said, I'm going to turn around to Siggy and just kind of gesture to make yourself smaller. And she's just going to just do something just to be like...
I think when we first got to Alcira, I think when Willow and Siggy went to get some outfits and stuff, I think I kind of want to retcon it a little bit. Maybe he's gone and got himself like a
You could have
shawl or
easily
a
got like a
handkerchief
wrap or a shawl or
and
something
he's
that you
just
can
gonna,
pull over your face.
yeah,
Easily
pull
done.
that up over his face.
You hear the voice next to you. Smart move.
I think Cricket's kind of watching his legs squeeze Siggy's neck a little bit to get his attention, and his hand kind of pats out to the right to find Willow or Tony, and something's wrong. Something's not right.
You can barely hear this as the crowd shout and cheer as asked, though they seem to show genuine exhilaration. Though as of yet, nothing has been said as to what they are specifically cheering for. On the far right of the stage, in amongst the throng of Iron Guard that stood behind the commander, a familiar face steps forward and moves towards the center of the stage. You see the short, clipped beard and neat red hair of Iron Inquisitor Carson Grenshire.
I'd like to insight check him.
Please.
Let's go.
19.
What did you roll? On -2.
3.
Oh my god.
From this distance, he looks slightly taken aback.
No. Oh, no.
Slightly surprised, potentially. You're not certain because they are far away.
He wasn't expecting this.
But he steps forward from the ranks.
I'll just... I don't know. Are we? Do you know? Are we within range of the stone golems?
No. We're very far
yonks
back.
back.
You're
Yeah, yeah.
We're
like
at the back.
Okay, that's
you're
fine.
like on the periphery of the
I'm
market
gonna
square.
pull
So
my ring up.
yeah.
He doesn't know why he's here.
Is that just the whisper?
That's
ring
the
to
ring, yeah.
Cricket.
I don't know what's going on. Something's going on here.
Cricket, we need to let this happen.
Please kneel, Inquisitor Grenshire. And Grenshire kneels before the Iron Commander. You see the commander from this beautiful ornate scabbard at her hip draw a large glimmering greatsword that she holds at her side with one hand. You've been appointed this position for barely more than a couple of Lexanoths, Grenshire, but already you have shown your ability to serve the Iron Guard, and more importantly, this country. She raises the sword and places it upon Grenshire's left shoulder. Henceforth, no longer shall you be known as Iron Inquisitor Carson Grenshire, and she anoints Grenshire's right shoulder with her blade. And then, in one almost impossibly fast moment, the commander moves behind Carson's shoulder, so she is facing out towards the crowd, raises the sword high above her heads, and as she does so, Grenshir's head whips around to try and look at her before it thuds onto the stage floor, and his body slumps next to it. There is a heavy beat of silence as the commander kneels down, picks up Grenshir's head by the crop of red hair, holds it out to the crowd, and the silence is broken by a myriad of singular, faint screams before they are cut off by the commander's words. For his crimes of breaking his oath as an Iron Inquisitor of the realm, for causing civil unrest with no regard for the safety of Belladrinian citizens, for attempting to coerce a mutiny against the Iron Commander of this country, for conspiring to kill the king, Carson Grenshir, you are executed by beheading. And with that, she throws Carson's severed head into the crowd before kicking his body over the side of the stage to slump to the ground.
Cricket jumps off Siggy's shoulders and starts scurrying in between people's legs forward.
Where are you going?
I'm getting that head.
You get in the head?
Do I see him do that?
Yes. There's no way you can't. He's right next to you. Cricket, unless you can tell me how you're doing this stealthily.
I'm not really.
Then yes, you do.
They threw the head into the crowd?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
It's our last chance for answers. We need this.
No. Cricket, no, we don't.
I've skittered off.
Okay. Cricket. What are you doing in this moment?
I was just going to make my way forward towards
Okay.
the head.
Make me an investigation check at disadvantage. You're already at disadvantage.
Oh. Reliable talent. No. And that's a natural 1.
For a total of
6.
6.
Yeah.
For the sake of brevity, Cricket, I will say you cannot find that head
That's
on
fine.
that roll.
Yeah. It's
The
all-
crowd
it's
is
been-
too dense. There is panic starting up, and you are also trying to not get too close to any potential dangers. In this sea of legs, you cannot find the head.
I'll see separate bodies become one
Yeah.
conglomerate, and after 30, 40 seconds, I'll just pull back.
No worries. As this happens, the screams of the crowd start to gather en masse as people watch on in horror. Cortensia, the commander, turns to her left, and with one sharp beckoning of her hand, she signals for someone to move onto the stage. A file of people are ushered up onto the stage.
Holy shit!
The first is an Ironbrand, whose arm trails behind him holding an iron chain that leads to a figure, head obscured by a bag, hands shackled behind their back. A chain trails from their hands to another prisoner, shackled in the same way. A train of people, all shackled, file onto the stage, and following them, another member of the Iron Guard, an Iron Inquisitor. White hair tied up in a tight updo on the top of her head. White lips, white eyebrows, white eyelashes, and a dappling of purples, oranges, and pinks and yellows playing across her face. You knew this person as Aella Sweetbreeze.
Oh, she ain't sweet.
The prisoners are unshackled from each other, turned so they are facing the front of the stage, and pushed down onto their knees. The commander takes center stage once more, again speaking out to the now very shaken crowd, who is subdued at this new moment. Grenshir was not alone in his crimes. The people you see here are members of an underground terrorist organization. This organization has infested our cities. Its cultists have been plotting to assassinate our great king, Bartholomew de Valiant, to slay his beautiful wife, Queen Dahlia de Valiant, to eradicate the Iron Guard that protect our lands from untold dangers. And to accomplish this, they have aligned themselves with a group of mercenaries and sellswords who have taken to lauding themselves as the Dawn Takers. These mercenaries, these so-called adventurers, are nothing more than crazed, deluded criminals. She then speaks out across the crowd. Dawn Takers! I want you to hear me. These people here are criminals about to be sentenced to death. You can stop this now. Surrender yourselves to me, and they shall be spared death. Be the heroes you claim yourselves to be, and save these people this fate. Or run like the spineless rats you are, and show everyone your true colors.
Insight check.
Give me an insight check.
Inspiration, I'm going to use it. Natural 20 for a 36.
For 36.
36!
What are you insight checking, Willow?
Holy fuck.
I'm looking for tales of deceit, especially around the surrender yourself and these people will be safe. I'm looking for anything on her that gives away that is not true.
Everything about what she says is true, Willow. But her words are picked very carefully. They will be spared death. You have seen what happens to people who are spared death, but have committed serious enough crimes, or even crimes. They get banished. And how many of these people might survive that? So even if she is telling the truth, their odds are not good. There is a beat. So be it.
I think
You
there's
see-
a moment where Willow turns to look at Tony. Is this our fight? How far away is the king?
The king I'll say around 250 feet away. You are at one end of the square, he is at the other, and up on the balcony.
Oh, God.
You see,
Tony shook her head.
No, I know.
as you're deliberating this, Willow, you see the commander move to the first person in the line and remove their hood. You can see the scaled face of the lizard folk, Thurk Lengata.
Just do zeal first, fuck's sake.
He looks to his left, away from the Iron Commander, down the line of prisoners, as she raises her sword.
Oh, God.
For your crimes against the monarch's ring, including fraternizing with known criminals, treason, conspiracy for murder, you are sentenced to death. Thurk's head rolls away into the crowd. The Iron Guard behind the prisoner shoves his body off the stage, and Cortensia moves to the next in line. The hood is removed. You see Thurk's wife, Clarice Olstivi. Tears streaming down her face. A wail racks her body as she beholds the headless form of her husband below. Cortensia raises her sword.
Can I whisper into my ring? Cricket, what do we do?
I am fighting my way back to where you guys were. I imagine I'm about 10 seconds out.
I will say at this point you are back, Cricket. You are back with them.
I can't stand and watch this. We need to do something. We need to get out of here now.
You need to convince me not to do something.
Henceforth, all members of the mercenary group known as the Dawn Takers are enemies of the realm. Any fraternizing with the terrorist group known as the Crucible will be seen as treason, punishable by death by execution. The sword falls. Clarice's body slumps forward, sliding off the stage of its own accord. Cortensia moves forward.
Willow, we can't help no one from a grave. We have to do something now, or we have to do something later, but we can't just give ourselves up.
No.
Tony, can you message the Wimbledonambles? Siggy, can you message Torfin? I don't know how planned this attack is.
I can, but this is. We can't do anything now. We'll be dead. That's it.
You can send a message.
I know. I'm talking about Willow.
Are they lined up on the third body?
Yes. Should anyone have any information on any members of the Dawn Takers, or their whereabouts, or any information regarding the terrorist group called the Crucible, they should come forwards to a member of the Iron Guard to share that information. A hood is removed. You see the androgynous elf Franthiar. The sword rises. Failure to share that information will be considered an attempt to aid enemies of the realm, and therefore you will be considered enemies of the realm also, for which the punishment is death. There is a slicing thud. There is a slicing sound followed by a thud. Cortensia moves forward. Fuck. These executions will stop should the members of the Dawn Takers come forth and make themselves known. If you know them to be amongst you, point them out. They are criminals and not to be trusted. We seek any and all members of this group for multiple offences. The next hood is removed to reveal the human woman Leslie Ganner.
Fuck it. I'm throwing the grenade. I cast sending.
Okay?
Okay, nice. Go on. Oh, God.
I'm going to send to the king.
The king.
And I say... Oh, fuck. Stop this now. The Iron Guard are out of control. This corruption has gone far enough. I beg of you. Change. I am Sigismund Olafsson. And I will not stop until I change things.
And I will not, is all you get.
And then I'm going to... Oh, there's a fucking Hail Mary. I'm going to shout. Yeah, I'm gonna shout and hope against hope that in this massive crowd of people that someone will join in with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to shout, "Down with the Iron Guard!"
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn. We need to get out of here. And I'm going to turn and walk away.
Okay. Sigismund. Sigismund, make me a performance check with disadvantage, please.
Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration to do this flat. If
Do
I
it.
may.
Do it at disadvantage, and then roll the third and take the middle.
At disadvantage. Okay, that's a 10 and an 11. Can I borrow this?
10 and 11.
Yeah.
Roll a d20 and take the middle.
It's cacked. Middle is 11 for 19.
As you shout, you hear a voice in your head. You said your name, didn't you? And why should I heed the word of a would-be assassin is all you get. At which point he stands. And you see him move to speak to one of the Iron Brand. And then he sits back down.
What does the Iron Brand do?
Make me a perception check.
I will not have. I will not move more than. I may end up moving more than half my speed on this turn. Time is imperative. 11.
11. You see their hands move in a certain way. That's it.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna start going as well.
You've walked away. Tony, did you say you walked away?
Oh, like if we're starting to move, I'm
Yeah, I'm
I'm
pushing
Crickets.
from the back. I'm
Cricket.
pushing from the back.
Yeah.
then I'm walking. Yeah.
Okay.
How big's the palace?
The palace.
Or whatever the building that the king stood on?
So the king is stood on the tier of the city, so it's like a big, massive stone outcropping. The palace is behind
Okay,
the
so, yeah.
academy, way away.
Sorry.
They
Ben needs
are.
to fucking listen to descriptions.
You're all good. They are. They are sat in an area that's basically been cordoned off. That's maybe like 30 feet across, maybe 30 feet area, sort of space on the balcony district, right at the edge by the wall, so they can look down upon this. As you all go to move, the individual stood next to you, Sigismund, stays you and says, I would probably wait to draw less attention to yourself than being the only people moving away throughout the crowd. You can do with that what you will. You were all in the group at that point. A lot of things happened at the same time, so you all can hear this. If you still wish to move, you can. The human only stops physically, puts a hand on you,
Yeah.
Sigismund, so you guys can do whatever you want.
So my cry hasn't been taken up by anybody else?
Sorry, lots of things happening at the same time.
Yeah, okay. I tell you what, I'll hear that against my better judgment. No. Against my worst judgment, I will stop moving.
Okay.
I sort of turn, flash them a filthy look. Yeah. And I'll remain where I am.
Your shout is not echoed. There is one or two shouts of, yeah! Ah! And they are immediately drowned out by what the Iron Commander says next. taking note of this and speaking louder to try and subdue this immediately. She is stood over Leslie Ganner. Willow Kalira, elven woman, for associating with a terrorist group, for enabling and aiding criminals, for falsifying information given to the Iron Guard, for the framing of innocents who were wrongfully sentenced as a consequence. You are deemed an enemy of the realm. The sword is brought down, and Leslie falls beneath it. The commander moves forward. Another hood removed, revealing the face of Glorith, the brown-haired dwarf. Sadienne Sumner, human woman, for associating with a terrorist group, for enabling and aiding criminals, for the theft of Academy property. You are deemed an enemy of the realm. The commander heaves her sword once again. Glorith's head rolls. Another face is revealed. You see Harland Oak Barrel.
My favorite.
Antonia Winterthorn, tiefling woman, for associating with a terrorist group, for enabling and aiding criminals, for the theft of sacred texts. You are deemed an enemy of the realm. And with that, you see the light leave Harlan's eyes as he is executed. Another hood comes off, and you see a flash of yellow and a thunderous expression of zeal, who shakes against her restraints, being pulled back by the Iron Guard behind her. You see the commander smile slightly as she steps forward. She lifts up the sword and rests it upon Zeal's neck, letting it drop ever so slightly, causing Zeal to wince.
I turn to Tony, pull her right in, and just say, I don't know if you've got it prepared, tell her that we'll finish this. It doesn't die with her. Tell her now.
Okay, I'll cast that into Zeal.
What are you saying?
We'll finish this. This won't die with you here now. We're sorry.
You get no reply,
I'm insight checking her.
but you see she stops struggling. A single tear rolls down her face. And she looks out into the crowd and bows her head. Cricket, Grung Man, for associating with a terrorist group, for enabling and aiding criminals, for countless accounts of theft throughout the realm, for escaping imprisonment and the murder of Dufana Olagiana, for organizing and leading the Dawn Takers. You are deemed an enemy of the realm. And with that, she swings the sword and Zeal falls.
He doesn't take his eyes away, but as the head hits the floor, he just whispers coward to himself.
The commander picks up Zeal's head by one of the horns and turns the head to face hers before casting it off the stage. The commander moves to the final person in the line. A hood is removed, revealing a dwarven woman you do not recognize. Sigismund Olafsson, dwarven man, for associating with a terrorist group, for enabling and aiding criminals, for continuous disruption of the peace, rabble-rousing throughout the land, for the brutal murder of nobility within Tilly Creek. You are deemed an enemy of the realm. And with one final blow, the dwarf is beheaded. The Iron Commander turns to face the crowd. There will be zero tolerance for treason in this country. So I beseech you, do not aid these criminals. That path shall only lead you right here. And she gestures to the pile of bodies that now lie in front of the stage. She turns to the Iron Inquisitor at the end of the stage on her left, to Aella. Burn the bodies. Keep their heads. And with that, the commander walks off stage, followed by an entourage of Iron Guard and 2 stone sentries. Though it seems she does not need an escort, for the crowd parts, becoming a canyon before her, and she marches off out of sight. Aella starts to point and order some of the other guards, and a couple of them peel off and pile the bodies closer together. 2 of the Iron Brands raise their hands up to the pile, and fire leaps from their fingertips, setting the pile alight. The Iron Guards start yelling to the crowd and ordering them to disperse and go about their day. The stone sentries shift forward and leer down at the onlookers, encouraging them to take their leave. At this, the individual to your left, Sigismund, says, "I think you should probably get out of here, Golden Tongue. Let me know where you end up. We can pick up our business some other time." And they disappear into the crowd. You can see the guards, the Iron Guard, start to move out into the crowd. And as if unfrozen, as if released from some magical force, the entire crowd immediately shifts and starts dispersing. There is a very bizarre atmosphere about the city. There is a pervasive chorus of the guards shouting throughout, and this is mixed with a myriad of talking, crying, and whispering. And yet the city feels almost quiet. As if even with all of this chaos going on, the entire city populace is trying not to be heard for fear of inciting the same wrath they have just witnessed down upon themselves. As you move, and you see the Iron Guard moving through the throngs of people in the streets, those Iron Guard standing at the corners have dropped their staffs. And you can see they are searching. They begin to stop people in the street, turning their faces to them before moving on.
Can I try and gauge how long we have until one of them would get to us by the speed of which they're searching?
Yes, you can. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh, God.
We will get to that.
Okay.
The first thing after the break.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The Iron Guard are hunting for the Dawn Takers, and you get the sense that your time in the capital is ending. But we will see how you escape in just a couple of minutes.
Oh gosh.
welcome back.
And welcome, Jack.
And welcome my pen from Lapland Hotels. I don't know how I've got that.
How was
And
your
welcome
stay?
the crown that I brought to wear today. But I didn't put on during that.
Kill her! She's the queen! Kill her! Get her now! Get her!
Because I didn't want to take away from the really
God.
serious execution that was happening. So I decided to wait, and now it didn't happen. So
halfway through, and I was like, I probably should
I
put
brought.
on the crown.
I was going to put the crown on, but
And
then
I'll
people would
sit
be
there with
killed.
a
So
Roman thumb.
And you mentioned your badge. If you could tell everyone
my
what's on your
badge. Dewey got me a card for my birthday that said "Congratulations, you're," and then a badge that says "Still alive." It has some great meanings right now.
real insensitive tableau going on at me.
The irony being, I also bought her that crown.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Dewey spent his entire lunch break doing that.
Yep.
A little bit of art.
Crafting this beautifully calligraphed. Calligraphed?
That is
Calligraphy?
lovely.
I don't know.
Delight.
Dawn Takers.
Fuck yes.
No, please, can we not be?
I think we should change our names to the. What was the word? Something enemies. Something enemies. It's really cool.
The state.
The Dusk Givers.
No, we're the door takers.
Yeah, with the door taker.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we never
had an name.
I don't even know those down people.
Dawn Takers.
Yes.
on.
You are.
Fucked.
Basically.
You are moving away
No.
from the
Oh, sorry.
market square.
How long are they taking to get to me?
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry.
Resetting the scene.
Yeah,
You're all
that's
good.
fine. You're doing your job. But
No, sweetheart, you're all good. You're making sure that I
Tell me how
have
that-
memory today, which many a day I do not,
Yes.
so valid. You are moving away from the market square. And as you have entered into the streets that link to it, you have seen the Iron Guard that was standing at certain points throughout the city have moved into the crowd, and they are searching for you. The closest Iron Guard to you, in front of you, to your right, there is an alley. They were stood on the corner of that alley. They have moved into the middle of the street, or they are moving towards the middle of the street, and as they do so, they are checking people as they go past. They are maybe 50 feet in front of you and off to the right, directly in the street in front. That's the closest Iron
50
Guard that you
feet?
can see. 50 feet.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
No, by all
Okay,
means.
so I want to scan around the place, and I want to see what exits we have from
Okay.
this current scenario.
Perception check.
16. Maybe more. Everything went up, didn't it?
Maybe more. Yes, it did.
17.
Lovely. The alleyway off to the right is one of the closest exits. You can see off to the left, a little further beyond, the entire street actually curves to the left ever so slightly. There's back the way you came if you wanted to try and get to a different street. Those are your immediate first
Cool.
directions. that you
Stone
can go.
golems anywhere?
Not here, no.
Cool. Guys, come here. Is this casting the spell, or is it just a communication device?
It casts the...
Would it count as us casting a spell? Or would it just be...
Ooh, let me... No.
No. I like that first
Yeah,
answer.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's good.
We'll take you first.
Yeah, we'll take your first answer. You don't get to take it back. No retconning. Thank you.
This is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah, no, sorry, what is... Yeah, is it fine?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and
No.
I was like, is it what?
No.
Is it
Would
still
it
on
count
TV?
mechanically as us casting a spell? Because we just trigger something on a magic item.
Very much the specific wording of it. I'm going to say no.
Cool. Sweet. Crouch down. And I will cast 5th level invisibility on us so that all of us become invisible.
Very nice. Very nice. You can do so. You... In this moment, Willow, how do you do it?
Just as she like holds everyone's hand, you kind of just say, I don't know if did I say anything just then? I have no idea. But I'll just kind of look at everyone and the people that are hands who I'm touching, whoever they are, their just hands just start to go invisible with Willow's, and that makes like a chain reaction between all of us, and then we just disappear in a second.
There is this ripple of a slight prism of rainbow light, as if sunbeam was shining through this curtain of rain, and where it moves, you then see your form disappearing, and it ripples out, and you all. I will say you are off to the side of the street when you do this, so as not to be trampled by people who can now no longer see you. Thankfully, the general crowd aren't paying any attention to you in that moment. They are just wanting to go. Leave, get back to their jobs, forget what they've just seen. So at the side of the street, you are now all invisible.
How far away was the King's Watch from us?
The King's Watch, it's like maybe a 10-minute walk maximum.
Okay. Okay. Also, I've got your hands, and I'll just say, we can either go back to the King's Watch and think about it properly, or there's an alleyway over there, and I can get us out of here.
We go.
I think we need to go. We need to go.
Okay. To that. I'll choose like the alleyway that's like furthest away from the guards.
Yeah, so you've got the alley. So the guard has come out into the centre and a little ways away from it. So if you skirt up the left and around his back, that'll be the closest alley. It's close to him, but it saves going down the whole street and left.
Yeah.
You go into the alley.
Let's go. And say she like grabbed your two hands as she kind of let goes of yours. If you go to walk, you'll see that she like grips onto your hand. Not by choosing, just by not wanting. She's wanted to keep you close, but you don't have to do that. But you'll just feel she'll grip on to yours. Obviously gloves on. Okay, let's go.
At this point, Dawn Takers, you are going to need to navigate across a sea of people, or a river of people, I should say, as they move perpendicular to where you want to go. So in this moment, I will need some form of check. I will say acrobatics, unless you convince me otherwise, to try and weave in and out of these people without them bumping into a form that they cannot see and potentially alerting someone.
Can I take my time, and I'm going to use my perception to look for the perfect opportunities to slip in between people?
Beautiful.
If that's right.
Yes, indeed. Anybody else?
May I argue that in the throng and the crush of a crowd, like, I don't know if you've ever been at a festival or anything, but when people are that crowded together and close together, you don't notice people that are kind of bumping into you. So I kind of want to use athletics to essentially shoulder my way through and not really care about whether people are perceiving me or not, because once I'm gone and that moment has passed in their heads, it could just be any number of 1,000 people bumping into you.
I will say yes, you can. I will say the DC for you is going to be higher because this is a check to make sure that no one bumps into you and realizes they've bumped into something invisible and thus cry out.
What I want to kind of turn it into is I want to make my way quickly through.
Yeah.
So that,
and you absolutely can do, I'll say, because it's more of a, for want of a better word, belligerent way to get across. DC is going to be slightly higher, but you can use athletics. Anybody else?
I was going with the same idea as Ben, but I don't want to copy if that's standing and waiting there for there to be a gap and then just going.
How would Tony do this?
By Do you mean skill wise?
Yeah, like
I would say-
if it's perception,
I would
you
say
can do
perception
perception.
or insight.
I would say
Probably
perception at this point.
Yeah.
So you can happily do perception as well.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be an individual thing. Cricket?
I would like to argue that with my water dependency, unless I'm wearing my aquatic skin, I need to have a bath once a day. But I'll use acrobatics for this. Everyone else was having fun. Right. I'm
Incredible.
ready. Acrobatics.
Amazing.
I'm so lost.
Do you know what? For a moment, so was I. But he saved it, so it's all good.
Okay.
Sigismund. Oh no, sorry, I was going left to right. Who's going first?
I think, to be honest, yeah, once Willow cast the spell, like Siggy, you would, when you grabbed Siggy's hand, you would have felt like he's shaking and not with fear. It's with fury. And if he was visible, you would see the tattoos are flickering. And as soon as you cast that spell, he's off.
Okay.
Shoving
Sigismund, you're
his
going first. Who's going second?
I'll go after him. I'll try and keep that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I
You go
would
first.
be a bit more careful. Yeah. So like,
Third,
yeah.
fourth.
Before I let go of Willow's hand, I'll see Siggy's still like visible but becoming transparent form already move before he goes full. I'll just give her a squeeze and intimate that I'm going after.
With that, then, Sigismund.
Oh boy. It's a 2 for 16. Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Just
Uh,
shoving his
This
way
is a
through.
straight roll.
You're going one at a time, so we'll resolve this first.
Okay. Oh, I'm with you. Okay.
Sigismund, quite cleverly, you use the distress and the chaos to your advantage and lean in to this maelstrom of a crowd that is moving away from the market district. About 5 feet from the alley entryway, you shove someone and they shove you back and you collide into someone else who cries out. And there has been this pervasive noise throughout the city now, but as I said before the break, there is an air of not quiet. And so when the cry comes out of the person that you bump into, it cuts through this other pervasive low rumbling, and the guard looks over. What are you doing in that moment?
Have I clocked that the guards
Yeah.
kind of looked over? I want to basically, when I get shoved into somebody else, I'm going to pick another random person and shove that person into another person, and essentially try and trip somebody else up, start causing chaos, start
Okay.
causing a distraction.
Okay.
More
Yeah.
so to take the heat off of me.
Yeah, you want to sort of sleight of hand in a shoving way,
Yeah.
draw the attention away from that spot to somewhere else.
Yeah. Also, question: does invisibility break if I say something or?
No,
Say
it does
something,
break if
no.
you do an attack. Or
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Like,
if you,
like a push or a
so
shove.
it's
back.
whether
Yeah.
you'd consider this. Let me just double check what the wording is.
Yeah, in combat, like a grapple or a shove, I use in place of one of your attacks.
Yeah, attacks or casts a spell.
So I would say you'd, with such a physical exertion,
Okay.
that might break the invisibility.
Can I do it more? Can I do it more sneaky and try and trip someone instead? Just stick my foot out.
Yes,
Yes.
that I will allow.
Okay.
Um,
I'll just.
make me. an athletics check at disadvantage. This disadvantage is so you don't drop the invisibility.
Oh, okay, right. Athletics.
Yes.
Fucking in the tray. Cocked. Yeah. 28.
At disadvantage? Oh, my.
Shit, sorry. No, it was in. So. 23. I rolled a 9.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you manage to divert attention away from where you actually are. You collide with a person and immediately move out of their way as they look back at the person who initially bumped into you, thinking it was them. As they look back, they continue moving forward, and you loop your leg around theirs, and they stumble over into another person. The guard clocks this, turns back around,
Yeah, I'm gone.
and you successfully make it into the alley. Cricket, you were going next?
If that's okay.
Absolutely.
I do get my reliable talent.
Lovely.
Disadvantage. Oh, gutted. Oh well, 25. I got a natural 20.
Oh. So it was a
25.
25. Cricket, this is completely what you are accustomed to doing. Even when visible, you need to make yourself invisible and weave through people. And mapping the patterns of people's footsteps, stealthily and silently, you traverse across the street directly to the other side without being touched by anybody.
Just hopping between different people's slipstreams, knowing the safest place to be is where someone just was.
Absolutely. Perfect. Antonia.
Tony!
Antonia.
Queen Tony. Queen still alive, Tony.
Woo! 15.
15. You look across the alleyway and you start looking slightly to where the crowd is coming from, and you start gauging people's pace, and you start to move on out, spotting where they are going to be, moving before they move into your space.
She's taking her time with this. I feel like she's
Absolutely.
not rushing.
Yeah. And as slowly as you can, you just back and forth and around, weaving through. Occasionally you do have to move around someone, but you do so in such a way that they will not notice because someone else is coming to fill that space. About 3/4 of the way across the street, you look and spot someone who is walking fairly slowly, you think, and you move forwards. And as you do, they quicken pace and collide directly with you.
Great.
What are you doing in this moment?
I step super quick out of the way and just stay still.
I need you to make me an acrobatics check.
Yeah, boy. 19.
Oh, well, that's good.
Come on!
You see this individual collide with you, and thankfully they were not looking forwards, they were looking over their shoulder. And as they collide with something, they look, and there's a gap between them and the next person, and you see across their face, they look confused, like they're too far away for what's just happened. But what did I collide with? And they shake it off and move past you as you have just moved out to the side, pressed your back against the house, and you slip around and through into the alley.
Come on, Ben, take us home.
Have you made it?
Hmm?
Have you made it?
No, I'm in prison.
Where's the best one? Use this one. 14.
14.
Yeah. I rolled a 3. Funny.
You're rolling loads of 3s today, Ben.
Yeah, it's all fucking 3s, of course it is.
Willow, what is going through your head in this moment?
She's just seen a group of people get sacrificed. So, this, as shocking as that is on a regular person, it's gazillion times more.
Yeah.
And not only that, the person that she loves most in this world is somewhere in the crowd, and at the moment she doesn't know if he's okay.
You, being so wise, Willow, try and predict what's going to happen, the pathways this can take. Where's the danger coming from next? All of these memories flashing through, informing what you think is the best plan of action at this point now. And you flip back and forth, trying to go through every single possible danger. And this is enough of a distraction for you to move across the street, and you collide with a small child who is being dragged along by their mother, and they get separated as you collide with them, and the child falls. And the child starts crying. The woman picks up the child and carries her along. But you once again see that the Iron Guard has once again looked back in this direction, and at such a kerfuffle is once again looking over in your direction. They cannot see you, but you are now in the middle of the street. What are you doing?
I will take a moment, try and focus myself,
Okay.
and I guess just try and attempt to do it again
Okay.
with whatever.
Give me a wisdom check with proficiency to try and calm your mind.
With proficiency. What's proficiency now? What are we on proficiency-wise?
It's +4 or +5? Can't remember.
literally just
+4?
Proficiency's 5.
5. now.
Proficiency 5, cool. So that's 21.
21. There is a single second where the severity of your situation cuts through, and you know you need to be present in this moment, and you focus in, and you clock the next person that's about to collide with you. You step out the way. Another person approaching you, you step back. You drive forward. You weave around and up, following the crowd, and across, and then back down towards the alley and out. You are now all in the alleyway.
Are we all here? Get like the all sending thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move as far down.
Yeah, the alley is 15 feet long. It's a short one that connects to the next street over.
Okay. Is it kind of shaded?
Yeah, it's a fairly narrow alley.
Cool. Everyone, are we close? We're all here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my breast.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
And I will
my ass.
drop invisibility and cast Pass Without a Trace
Okay.
to kind of shroud us a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll start casting Windwalk
Amazing.
on us.
The second invisibility drops, I turn to Siggy and I go, the Wimble Nimbles, please. Just tell them the Crucible's compromised.
And I'll cast Sending to Barbara.
Okay.
Barbara, Siggy, Crucible compromised in Elsira. Hide. Stay safe.
Sigismund. That's not good. Thank you for the heads up. Stay safe. We'll talk soon.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tony, Torfin?
Sadie's in Leatherford. I don't know, but Torfin?
Torfin.
Tell him to find Sadie as well. She's...
Okay, I'll cast Sending to Torfin.
Tell them.
Good catch.
It's Tony. The Crucible's been compromised in Alcera. We think Sadie is in Leverforth at the moment. Make sure she's safe. Hide.
Tony. Yes, Sadie's with us. We'll hide. Keep yourself safe. Tell us what you know when you can.
Are they okay?
Yeah, Sadie's there, so.
Okay. My brain scrambled eggs. Is there anyone else we can think of that we can warn right now?
They're the two main ones. They want more information when we can, but right now we just need to go.
I'm going to cast Sending one more time. To the Iron Commander.
Okay.
He's not thinking clearly right now, so I think just the fury takes over. Your corruption is a blight on this country. And I will be the solution to the Iron Guard problem. I will kill you. And I will fucking shit. Fuck.
Sounded cool though.
I think he doesn't realize that he's run out of
Yeah,
lights anyway,
yeah.
but he goes, and I will fucking enjoy it. And I've said that out loud. These guys can hear it. We need to go.
I'm working on it.
Where are we going?
I'm keeping an eye on both
Yep.
sides of the... Sorry, I know you're getting...
No. You're all good. You're all good. You're all good. Give me a perception check. Sigismund, you get a reply. Why don't you come and end it now, Golden Tongue? Meet me in the square. You could solve this problem. Today. Now. Shame you didn't save anyone for it.
I think as that message comes through, you guys might see like the tattoos and the scar are like a heartbeat, just like pulsing with light, and everything, every fiber of his body wants to indulge her on that. To take this sword, which he has unsheathed and is just carrying around, and fuck her up, but
Make me a wisdom save.
Come on, fail it. This
Natural
week.
20
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Oh my god.
for a 21.
Oh
I
my
was after the banner
god.
there. I was after the heavy banner.
That voice again creeps into your mind. Do it. Do it. She robs you of everything, everything you know and love.
And the tattoos are like,
Get your revenge. But on that success, Sigismund, you can push the voice away this time.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Siggy as he's has his tattoos of pulsing. 30.
There is a battle going on with Sigismund. You can see that he is roiling with anger and trying to keep a hold on
You said you said that out loud.
We heard the
I said the message out loud, yeah.
Yes.
And his eyes are on
Can I?
the end of the alleyway.
Can I deduce who Netflix deduce who it was for by the fact that it was a threat, or actually no, I can just tell it's a threat.
It's definitely a
no, that's
threat.
fine.
You know that. I will say you don't know who it's for. You can
That's
take
fine.
some guesses.
That's fine. What did they respond?
Not looking at you,
That's
looking
fine.
like eyes on the end of the alleyway. She's baiting me. And I want to go, Willow.
Who?
Fucking commander.
So you look at me.
He
go.
doesn't look at you.
Hey, I'm looking at you. You go. 2 kingdoms don't get saved. We go. We save yours. We come back with an army.
I'm going to carve her up, Willow. I'm going to split her skull like a fucking melon.
Willow, knowing exactly how this feeling feels, just grabs your face. And will just use, like, guidance, not to do anything, just to give you warmth. Right now we need Siggy. Don't harden.
Let's go.
And you continue casting the spell. What was that perception check, Cricket?
17.
Thank you very much. All you see is just people. People running past. People just walking. I need everybody to make me a stealth check, please. With pass without a trace.
Yeah.
So it's plus 10 on
Plus 10.
everything else.
My boots count for this or not?
My God.
I'm going to say in this moment, no.
Okay.
Narratively perfect. I rolled a 7 plus 10, so 17.
There's a little fucking
I'm gonna kill
rave
you
show
now.
going on.
What did you get? I would give us it in a second.
Go on.
whatever
Oh
it is.
shit, I should be rolling at disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on, you can do it again.
was
I'm
that
not
20?
I had a nat 20 with a plus 25.
Oh, no.
It's a 10.
Okay.
So just a measly 35. Oh, Pete, I'm
That would have
sorry.
been our first 40.
I got a 17 overall.
17.
33.
18.
How long does
Takes a minute to cast.
1 minute?
Yes. And I started casting it.
It'll be a minute from the guidance though, because the guidance will have.
Yeah.
It wasn't guidance. It was flavour. Because he didn't.
Oh, could I add a D4 to that?
No,
No, it wasn't
unfortunately not. Unless you want to, and then it'll be a minute from the guidance.
I guess technically I'd be casting the spell for a minute, so
Yeah.
I guess we're breaking the rules a little bit if I'm.
Then you can add a D4 to that stealth check.
No. That's not for the
Sure?
guidance. I'm thinking more about how long we have for Windwalk.
I was going to say, if you're breaking the Windwalk casting...
No, I'm not getting 2 bonuses out of it. I'll just.
No, as in, like, I will reset the casting of Windwalk, but you will at least get guidance
Okay,
on
yeah.
that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's do it.
Roll a D4.
So I get a D4.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck off.
Put it in the tray then.
So 1. It wasn't even worth it.
So,
Well, I got
18.
18 as well. So now we have to wait.
My head's on a swivel. I'm just looking left side of the alley, right side of the alley, left side of the alley, right side of the alley.
I'm going to roll a D6 here.
Oh,
God. And times that by 10.
That is how many Iron Guard appear.
fuck it, I'll kill them all.
10 seconds into casting
That's it.
or recasting.
Well, if we've just done the stealth check, I can't actively hide whilst casting a spell, so.
No.
So I will
this
say-
is
so I'll
not
say-
actively hiding. This is how imperceptible you are in this moment.
What have I got?
You see, not from the way you came, but from the opposite alleyway, an Iron Guard moves into view.
Have they entered into the alleyway? Or are
No.
they standing?
Their back is to you,
Holy
and they
shit.
are looking out at the crowd.
Hug the wall.
And as silently as you can, you continue to cast the spell, Willow.
Nobody move. Nobody move.
All you can feel is your heart beats as another 40 seconds go by. You are on the cusp of completing this spell, Willow. You see the Iron Guard over the course of these seconds grabs a person every now and then, shoves their head up or their hair out their face, looks, lets them carry on. This happens twice. And then the third time they go to grab someone, and as that someone faces the alley, you can see their eyes flick down the alley and back to the Iron Guard. And the Iron Guard turns around and looks down the alley, releases them without looking at them. That person disappears into the crowd. The Iron Guard turns.
Willow, how much time?
6 seconds
I'll
left.
just stand up and I'm going to just exaggerate the magic, like no longer trying to subtly cast
Yeah.
it. And I'm just going to, she's just going to be wind
Yeah.
forming around all of us. And she
Incredible.
just glares at this person and is basically just trying to make him feel powerless in this moment as all these people around her are becoming this like gusts of wind.
Make me an intimidation check.
Can I
Willow.
help with that? I'm going to pull out my sling and just start swinging it like this, looking down.
What else would anybody like to do in this moment?
I'll move in, sort of to in between Willow and the guy, and just ready in action to grapple him if he
Okay.
comes any
Yeah,
closer.
Tony's like readying some sort of spell.
Can
Just that-
everybody please make me an intimidation check?
Also, Tony's wearing his
Willow,
Natural 20.
Willow, can you please add wisdom to this?
Okay.
Antonia, can you please add wisdom to this? Cricket, add dexterity to this if you're drawing a blade, and
Sling.
a sling. And Sigismund, can you please do constitution as your rage flares and the tattoos.
This is such a cool picture.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
This
it
is like
dex
so
and
cool in my
It's
head.
like fucking.
Dex, if you have, it's an intimidation check, but it's Dex,
see.
not charisma. So if you have proficiency, add. If you don't.
That
Yeah.
moment when the Avengers stand up after getting
Yeah.
their asses handed to them and then they stand back up. Oh, what is it? Intimidation plus.
Intimidation. Sorry, no. Intimidation, but with con.
Okay.
So D20 roll.
Yeah.
Con, and then if you have proficiency in intimidation, add proficiency.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Profish.
Sigismund.
17.
I got a 6 total.
6
I
total.
got a natural 1, if that makes a difference.
Nope.
I don't mind how intimidating I look. I'm planning on letting this
Yep.
fly
That's
at the
fine.
last second.
A natural 20 for a 25.
25.
15. Wait, 15.
15.
We think we look really cool, but really, it's just you.
Yeah.
We
You ever
just
seen
like
that
there.
scene at the end of that Always Sunny episode where they're doing the dance and they think
Yeah,
they're really
yeah.
fucking cool? So sorry.
Speak for yourself. I got 18.
You
I think.
stand in defiance of the Iron Guard, and he immediately slows, looking at you all. He doesn't take another step, but he does shout.
As soon as he opens his mouth, I'm letting this slingshot fly.
Make me an attack
I'm aiming
roll.
for his mouth. Would I have had time to insightfully fight him as a bonus action? Or are you using the intimidation check as a bonus
I'll
action?
say intimidation check will cover that. You're just looking
Yeah,
to fling
yeah, yeah.
something at him.
I've readied an action for a grapple, please.
He's nowhere near you.
Fuck. I cover the ground and I grapple him anyway.
Yeah.
We won't be able to move because
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, we're
becoming
wind
wind.
from the
So
bottom.
Yeah, you are seconds away from wind walking. It's
Uh,
only because Cricket has a ranged weapon here.
16 to hit.
16
Hit him in the mouth.
strikes him just across the head, and this trickle of blood drips down his face as that stone strikes his head and splits the skin.
It wasn't a stone. It was a small disc of wood with poison imbued in it.
And poison as well. There is a purple as well as that disc strikes. He shouts, "Here! Here! The Dawn Takers are here! They're here! They're getting away! Everybody to me! They're getting away!" The spell completes. And I'm going to assume you all immediately.
yeah, just before it
By all
comes
means.
through, she's just going to say, "Follow me. We're not going far." And
Up, up, up into the air as fast as you can possibly move, up and away, and there is nothing and no one that can reach you in time to stop you fleeing the city. You put your backs to the Iron Guard, the Iron Commander, the King and Queen. Where are you going, Willow?
I'm going to fly out and over the wall of the nearest city.
You
we'll
do
go
so.
up a really high berth.
Yeah, heading out west, basically straight over the gates. You fly past most of the farmland that rushes down below you, past you, behind you, and out towards the wilderness.
And as soon as I can see a gathering of trees,
Yeah,
we'll-
yeah, not too far away, maybe 300 feet away from the last patch of farmland, you can see this small outcropping of trees, and you immediately, the leaves rippling past you as you sail down towards them, and you pass just beyond the border, the periphery, and in between the trunks.
And she'll stop, and then we'll start to make herself back
Rematerialize.
Into, yeah.
Yes,
The wind.
you can do so.
We will do the same.
Unwind. 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 Okay.
minute passes, and you all rematerialize.
And she'll just start looking around at trees.
Yeah. Nature, perception, survival, anything.
24.
24. There's a low growing but very large yew tree, dark black wood, dark brown bark, dark green leaflets that is more than wide enough to fit you all through.
Okay. And she's just gonna like freeze at the tree and just put her hand on it, and she's gonna just spend some time thinking about all these trees that she's kind of got as like checkpoints around the country, and just like almost like having like a vision of like going through the root system, coming up out of the tree, and just seeing Iron Guard outside of Dolomus ready to capture us, and then doing the same at level 4th, and there being Iron Guard with like Babs and Alvi like kind of like hands behind their back. Level 4th, the same thing. Even the one up near Esheim, the same thing. And she can't. We need to get out of the country.
Okay.
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 We can get back in, but there's nowhere. Surely there's nowhere safe.
Not in this country, no.
Where are we going next, anyway?
Graveshore.
Okay.
Graveshore is down by the water, right?
We went past it on the way to...
Yeah, it's near the
One of the
coastal road.
cities.
Okay. All right. I can get us there. And she'll put her hand on the tree.
Willow?
Let's go.
Willow,
Yeah,
we trust you.
I know. And she'll cast transport by plants to the willow tree outside on the coastal road.
That thin green light emanates from beneath Willow's hand, and the bark curls inwards, forming this doorway. And you all pass through. The scene on the other side is so very different to where you were. Light, white clouds dot the sky. This late in the year, it's still fairly warm as the sun beats down from above. But a cool breeze laced with salt on the air washes by you as you look out across a vast blue horizon. A few seagulls fly overhead. Off into the distance. Far down below, by the ocean, pinkish peach, sandy beaches line the shore, and a city very far a ways can be seen far below you. For you are up on a rise and you look around. There is a small cascade of water that flows down and off the side of this cliff. And behind you, a massive weeping willow. Willow, you have safely transported your group to the coastal road.
Willow just kind of stares forward with the tree behind her. And I think she'll just do that, and I can reveal as and when.
I don't know if you want me to roll an insight check, but I'll look back. I'll see the willow tree. I feel like I know Willow quite well by now. Would you allow me to put 2 and 2 together?
When you look back, the ground around the willow tree is sundered.
Like,
Wither and bloom.
Wither
Killed
and bloom.
all
Is
of
the
plants.
tree still...
The tree's fine. I said some of the roots at the bottom have like a blackness to it, but the plant life around it is dead.
I'll just stand close, very close to her, and lean my shoulder against her hip, probably, and just really lean in to give that, not as obvious as a hug, but to offer that.
That strength, that solidity. Yes.
I think
No, you.
I think Siggy marches out of the tree and walks a little ways off, maybe towards the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, sorry, cliff is the wrong word. It's quite a large hill with quite a drop, but you're not like on a cliff face. Sorry, just for point of note.
No, that's fine. Yeah, he'll march maybe like 10, 20 feet from the tree. Stop, look out at the sky and the sea.
Fuck! Fuck!
And that kind of rage that he's been feeling since the event fades or subsides a little, and you see the tattoos finally stop glowing as he drops to his knees and drops the sword to his side and just stares out into the middle distance.
I think seeing this, Tony just walks up next to him and silently sits next to him, places her staff on the floor, and just like puts her hand on his back, but just sits there silently with him.
It's all my fault, Tony. I did this. I did this.
No,
It was my idea. I encouraged them. I encouraged them.
Siggy, they were always going down that road. This isn't you. You didn't force them to do anything.
This isn't fair. This isn't right.
No. I know.
I'm going to kill that woman. I'm going to choke the fucking life out of her with my bare hands. I swear to gods. And I will enjoy it.
I think she'll just pull him into her and let him cry.
And there's a moment where there's just the sound of ocean waves and ragged breathing and seagulls. And he just feels limp in your arms. And I'll turn to Willow eventually when the fury has subsided. Thank you. You saved us all. What do we do now?
I think Willow's quite non-verbal at the moment because just behind her is a little grave that she's made. And I think she's very aware that that's there for multiple reasons. And I think she's kind of just very much like almost like paralyzed by not knowing how to process this. But she'll just kind of have locked eyes with you and then wait for you guys to talk.
I think Siggy sees this and not understanding. Obviously,
It's
what's
really
happening.
little. It's just she knows where it is. It's not like a gravestone or anything.
Yeah, I think Siggy sees this, not really understanding what's happening in your corner. What do we do now? Where do we go? Willow. What's happening?
Well, come on. First, let's put some distance between us and here. I don't know if they can track us or nothing, but I think we move. And then I don't know if our plans have changed. Maybe we need to move faster, but we still need that sword, Siggy. I think we go to Graveshore.
Yeah, sure. Don't know where exactly, but
That's okay. We'll find it. We
where are we?
I don't know.
Are we? Is this Graveshore?
Come on, let's put some distance between us and here. We can talk when we sit down for the night. Willow, just give us a direction. You've been here before. Just point, and we'll go.
Do I remember the direction from? Are we near where? No. Okay, never mind.
This is the willow tree that she got sent to
Oh,
after
yeah.
Mortar.
I'll give her 3 seconds to point when she does not, I assume. Yep, that's the one I was thinking as well. Come on, we're going this way.
Cricket, make me a survival check. This will be straight, so at advantage, but disadvantage, so flat.
Oh, okay. 15.
You can see.
I'm not really consciously choosing a direction. I'm just aware that I want to
Yeah.
initiate movement.
You can see that the city and those pinkish peach sands are off to your sort of right-ish. You know you don't really want to be around civilization right now. You look up to where the sun is in the sky, and you get a rough idea of the direction that you need to head. And it's behind and away from you to your left. So you just turn and you start walking out, picking your way down this rather craggy, rocky hillock, down past this river or stream that runs by and away.
Can I just ask, would Tony have put 2 and 2 together about that reaction from Willow and it being a willow tree, or do you think?
Potentially. I will say if I'm right in what, there's 2 aspects to this in the foreground and the whatever they are.
Background.
Because behind the willow tree is the edge of the Eternity Forest. So as you all turn to look, you'll see the edge of
About maybe less than a day or so, maybe. There is just a little up above you. Just this expanse of green that just disappears into the distance.
Do you follow if we walk, or do you stay?
I think she waits a moment. To answer your question, I would, if you feel like you would piece that together, yes, I'm not.
I feel like she would.
Yeah, you know that she.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll all see that just the ground around the tree is black. And I think you'll also see kind of just in random spots of this place, there is just like a circle of dead grass or dead plants. One place in particular where it's just a bit further towards the Eternity Forest, and you kind of remember her saying she stood there for weeks. And there's just like almost like this really sundered path, not by fire, just by life being drawn out of it.
Yeah, it looks blighted as opposed to scorched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as Tony was kind of sat with Siggy, if you two have gone, did you start walking?
I tried to kind of take a step that would encourage other people to stay.
I think Tony gets up and kind of notices that and where they are, and looks at Willow. Can I it's a hard question, but can I insight check Willow on?
Yeah. What are you trying to insight?
I know that I'm probably just gonna get like that she. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna get. So basically, just like what, like if she wants to talk about it.
Yeah. Give me an insight check.
On a whole.
Give me an insight check.
Or if she needs a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my god. 12.
I'll say that she's not trying to deceive really anything, but you see that she is like a pot trying to stay on a boiled pot, like a boiled pan.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to you just see that she's like, there's tears are coming to her eyes and she's quenching them back in, and there's tears coming to her eyes and she's trying to suck them back in, and you just see someone that's just like really trying to keep a lid on just emotion.
Okay.
Is like the physical manifestation of what's happening.
I think Tony takes a second to take in that and looks back to where they are again, and everything all at once kind of hits her. And I think she walks over to Willow and just like really, really slowly puts her arms around you.
No.
Willow.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, we can go. Don't make me do that. Siggy's screwed up. We need to be there for him.
You're allowed to not.
Don't. Please. Please. I'm trying.
You don't need to.
But stop. Please.
Willow.
Please.
Do you want to go?
Yes. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Cool, let's go.
Willow.
Let's go.
You see Willow start to walk.
And I think there's a part of her that really wants to turn around and just go kneel by the little arrowhead and like dragon symbol and carving of a chalice that she's put into the tree that resembles the three of them. But she just, if she opens that, it's not stopping. So she has a moment where she goes to look, but just leaves it behind and walks out from the tree that she feels like she was born under and was sent to by her mum to save her. And goes to help Siggy.
I think Tony walks over to where she was sat with Siggy and picks her staff up off the ground really slowly and like considers the fact that it is literally right there. But then looks back at everyone walking away and makes like a really silent promise to herself in her head that they will be back before following.
You walk. And it's peculiar because when you left Alcira, it was maybe just past midday, getting on maybe a little bit later than that. It is not even mid-morning here. You are walking towards a sunrise. The presence of the Eternity Forest as if it was looking at you. It's just always there. How far do you walk, Dawn Takers?
Push through to a late lunch, call it 2 p.m.
So you've been up for over 12 hours now already, and it is only roughly 2 p.m. in the day. before you stop?
Cricket's trying all different kinds of tactics for Siggy. At first, he tries to take his mind off it by chatting about other stuff. When that doesn't work, he tries to let him indulge. He tries to just be like, well, tell me what you'll do. Describe it, if that helps. Talk it out. Talk it through with me. You're going to hit her. You're going to break her arms. You're going to snap every toe so she can't run away. And that doesn't seem to work. So he just kind of plods along and then tries to ask for stories about home. See if he gets anything from there.
I think as we were walking away, his rage has almost faded to like a petulant misery, where like any little plants or bushes that we come across is just chopping at them with his sword. You know, like when a child's like having a bit of a tantrum, swinging a stick about. He's doing the same, but with the sword. And as Cricket asks about the revenge aspect, there's a tightening to Siggy's whole demeanor. He bristles almost, but he doesn't indulge it. He doesn't articulate the thoughts that are in his head, but they are graphic.
You see yourself holding the sword, enacting your vengeance on everyone who took your life away from you.
Yeah, like the elf, the golden-eyed elf is there, the Iron Commander, the King, Astrid. Anyone he's ever borne a slight grudge against.
You can have them all.
I think there's even flashes of, brief flashes, but flashes of the other Dawn Takers from time to time.
Just whispers of, they don't trust you. They have no confidence in you. All of these doubts that you've ever had in this moment are just swimming in your head.
And then Cricket starts asking about stories from home. And it, despite himself almost, because he almost feels like he wants to sit in this fury. He wants to be angry, wants to cling onto that grudge. And it does take a hot minute, but eventually it kind of softens his mood a little. Finally sheathes the sword. There was that time me and the other Dranger had a wrestling competition.
Well, who came second? Because I'm sure I know who won.
Me, I came second.
Oh, you came second?
Yeah.
Who won? Magnus?
Magnus.
Yeah? Hey, Siggy, I'm going to wrestle Magnus.
Please.
I'm going to wrestle him. I'm gonna bite his ankles.
Put it this way. If Magnus wanted to eat you, he could.
No, he couldn't. I don't taste very nice.
He's the biggest dwarf I've ever seen. Which is saying a lot.
Well, what did he eat to get so big? I'm sure you don't have, like, vegetables and stuff. Or do you? Do you get snow turnips?
Do we get snow turnips?
Not snow turnips. There are a modicum of tuber-like vegetables,
Root vegetables,
that you do farm more in the Suncrest month season. Sorry, though that is still very wintry.
Yeah. Siggy goes,
It's a lot of meat.
it's a lot of meat.
What kind of meat?
Well, I mean, elk. We farm these big, they're like very hairy cows, you know. So they have like shaggy fur and stuff, and we make stews with root vegetables like beets.
You ever wrestle a cow?
No, but I have written beet poetry.
Can we hear some of that?
Now, Derry doesn't know how beet poems work. I didn't read enough Kurt Vonnegut or...
Oh, I've read Kurt Vonnegut.
Have you? You might know how beet poetry works then.
Pete goes, yes, and. Like, I want to hear some, and Derry goes,
Yeah.
fuck.
So just
Fuck
throwing
no.
out some Ginsberg, throwing out some Kerouac. going absolutely nuts.
I have read a bit of Jack Kerouac, but it was really boring.
No, he's my favourite writer. Cricket is not pausing to think about what he's saying. Just every time Siggy has an avenue, he's going down it, trying to catch him before he settles in a thought.
Yeah.
The conversation is as sporadic as hell, hopping around. How long is a snow cow's tail? Yeah. How many beets grow on one root?
How scary are snowmen?
Yeah. Why? Give me 3 reasons Magnus could beat me in a fight. Anything.
Love
just
Love it.
trying to keep your mind off.
And I think, to a certain degree, as we wind down to like mid-afternoon, it does kind of lighten his mood a little. There's still a little dark cloud there, even as he's mentioning how Cricket reminds him a lot of Injal, who is the youngest of Siggy's original Drenger, who also once beat Siggy in a wrestling match and will not shut up about it for a year. And there's a quiet sort of contemplation there as he finishes telling that story, where he gets really, really fucking homesick.
Today we had a lot of choices taken away from us. What we do now is what we have control over. There was nothing you could have done today apart from be another head in that pile. Whereas now you can do some good.
I know you're right, but it doesn't.
Of course not. Why would anything be easy? Then everyone would be a bard. Or a warrior. Or have really nice hair.
I don't feel like any of those things right now.
Well, that's why these are the moments that count. These are the choices that mean something. So what are you going to do, Sigismund Olafsson?
Well, I suppose since we're in the neighborhood, I'm going to go and find the Sword of Songs.
Well, we might as well pick it up on the way.
It's, it's right here, so, and then, yeah, Siggy just no,
with a little chain sword of song.
Yeah, SOS.
Sorry.
And then I'm going to take this sword, and he gestures to his new shiny toy, and I'm going to put out both of the Iron Commander's eyes, and I'm going to make her eat them. And I'm going to get Tony to heal her so I can do it to her over and over and over and over again. But first I need to liberate my people.
Do you think you'll feel better after you've made her eat her eyes?
No.
You think you'll feel better after you've freed your people?
Maybe.
Just make sure you're being driven by the right choices.
I don't very much feel like the voice of the Vardi right now. I feel like the idiot bard who doomed a whole group of people to a very public and very graphic execution.
No, you didn't.
That fucking pale woman. I should have known. I should have questioned them all. I should have done more. They trusted me.
You can't question everyone, Siggy.
But I was there. I saw. If I had just insisted that you all come with me to that meeting, maybe one of you would have spotted some behavior
We
or
weren't
some
gonna
signs.
spot nothing. Zeal spent a lot of time with her. Harlan spent a lot of time with her. They never spotted nothing.
I was naive. I thought we could save the whole country with a handful of misfits. But that's not the case. Sometimes I just feel like this story is a little too big for me.
What are you now? You said you used to be naive.
I'm scared, Cricket. Big brother, I'm scared. I'm scared of what I have to do and what I'm becoming.
Fear's good. Fears keep you sharp. Fear makes you cautious in all the right places. Fear makes you check over your back at the right time. Fear
Makes you a coward. I saw all of that and I ran, Cricket. I ran away. What does that make me?
I don't see a coward when I look at you, Siggy. I see a lot of things, but I don't see a coward.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Don't discount fear. It can be a friend.
I don't get scared a lot. There's not a lot that scares me, but this responsibility, this work that I have to do, that scares me.
That's good. That means you're going to do it right.
Have you always been so wise?
No. I'm just old. I had to learn my lessons the hard way. I'm still learning a lot of them.
You're not that old. How old are you? Like 5, 6?
6.5.
Yeah,
Do you want to know another lesson I learned?
sure.
You think a lot clearer on a full stomach.
Fine, I'll have a good berry.
Lunchtime. We will
You sit.
eat.
You eat. Dawn Takers. Now, away from the tree, do you elect to move for the rest of the day? Or do you simply sit here?
After we could bury it up, Windwalk is still active because she always extends it. So we still have the ability to be a wind again. Got 8 hours left. If we want to make some headway. Headway? Yeah? Casey is shaking his head somewhere like this, like a barking dog in a car.
Well, we don't. Do we know where we're headed to?
Yeah.
You
To
guys
a certain
do, don't
extent. To a certain,
You,
like a rough.
We saw the
you
arrows
would,
pointing to it.
Yeah.
you would, Willow, because you, from that willow tree, have had to venture this way before. With the city of Roseshore at your back, you have to cross the Cape of Prosperity
Yes.
and then move up the rest or the eastern edge of the coastal road to Belladrin. And then from there, from that border crossing, it will be a short flight to where you think Graveshore is located from coming to the other edge.
I think as Willow's been walking, there's been quite a parallel moment where she probably almost has adopted that, I'd say childlike form that she would have been in that moment, even though it was only, 2 cycles ago. And I think kind of that similar sort of patterns of just wishing she could travel better kind of come into her brain, but kind of forgetting how powerful she's become, just isn't it kind of as she's locked in this what feels like a deja vu. And then as we're just about to just as lunch was shouted, it kind of snapped her out of it, and she remembers, oh yeah, we can get places a lot quicker now. I don't have to do this same journey again. So she'll then be like, yeah, so Windwalk, we still got it. I think I know the way. I've walked this road before.
You've been here before?
Yeah.
Well, before we met.
Yeah. Before I met Tony.
Wow. Okay. Sure. Then lead the way.
Wind?
And just before we do, Siggy's just going to kind of hold out his hand to Willow. And again, flavor-wise, not actually casting the spell, but give that kind of warmth of guidance back to her that she gave to him. Because although he doesn't know, and he's not the most perceptive, there was that moment where Willow was silent for a long time, and that's not like her. But he was in the throes of his own fury. So just to kind of almost apologize for that wordlessly, there's that.
And she'll pull him in and sidle right up to your ear. Avenge, not revenge. It's better for you. Avenge them. Okay. And as she kind of let goes of the hand and the warmth dissipated, the symbol of her revenge. It kind of just feels very weighted on her hand.
She's still wearing the gloves.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
I'm focusing your intent. You coalesce your forms back into mist. You travel up into the air and join the jet streams of the sky as you travel towards your next destination. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Do the jet streams take us in the right direction, or are we like, oh,
They,
fuck?
you drift out
And we are
towards the
separated.
Otterluvian depths.
What is it, like the East Coast?
We've gone the wrong way!
Split off in 4 different directions.
Well,
Do you have your exit money?
Oh my god.
you gotta rip it, roll it, and touch it. You're really cute. I know you're trying to tell me something. I just don't. Thank you.
Grab the shell, dude. Sorry, I'll stop.
You're
I'll
all
stop.
good. Thank you to each and every single one of you for such incredible and heartwarming performances. Inspiration to each of you, please.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, what a
For what will
wonderful
probably be quite a
status
defining
quo.
moment of this story.
Bicycle.
Just flipping the table.
Yeah, big fan, big fan.
Yeah.
Not a big fan, but for the
No,
right reasons.
big fan.
You know.
Not a big fan.
Oh,
but
yeah. Pete's buzzing.
Piece of psychopath.
Cricket is flying.
Oh, what a way to end it. Thank you, as per usual, to you at home for watching. Please join us again next time, where the players either wanting to or not keep stepping into the light and traveling to Graveshore. Until then, adventurers, keep on keeping on. Peace and love. Good night.